Weather Words is a production of The Reporter, Delaware County's leading news source.
Good day to everyone. Roads are pretty clear. Driveways are looking better. All I can tell you is be careful where you step. Because at 2 a.m. in the morning on Tuesday, it started to turn to snow. And it stayed as snow once it turned. Believe it or not, it was slushy on and off snow rain most of the day Monday. I said, oh, maybe this isn't going to change. Boy, was that wrong. It was like turning on a light switch at 2 a.m. It all changed to snow. By 5:30 in the morning, there was already 3 inches. Later on during the day, believe it or not, at one point I stopped to have lunch and was in the house for 1 hour. I came out with my shovel again to find 3 more inches sitting on the ground. So that means in 1 hour's time, we actually had 3 inches of snow. Other times it was 1 to 2 inches of snow. And then, of course, you turn on the stations and they say, oh, it's going to slow down and stop by early evening. As I turned on the light the next day, and it was still snowing outside, and it continued. Well, the total snowfall that we were supposed to get was going to be 10 to 18 inches. By the time it finished yesterday morning, we actually had 19.6, so just about 20. And I'll tell you, my boots out front, the big ones that go up to here, that's 18-inch high boots. There are places on this property that you step there and you're 2 and 3 inches over that predicament. That wind also blew things all over the place. If it didn't catch your roof, believe it or not, the main roof of my house wasn't bad, but it all piled up there. This is what it is when you snow rake it off. Do yourself a favor if you haven't done it yet. In those kind of areas where the roof isn't extremely steep, get it off. Why? It's going to start raining tonight and into tomorrow morning. We're talking maybe a 1/4 inch of rain. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you put it on this very wet snow that's there, it's going to weigh a whole lot. And the last thing you need is water backing up into your house, which is what it will do if you don't get the ice and things off the very edge of it. You notice I actually went up with a hammer right along the edge in here and took care of that spot, because the only place in my house that ever has a problem is right there over the picture window, okay? And you get a little drip on the inside, and that says, okay, grab the hammer, go out and get rid of the ice that's right along the edge, which is what I did this morning, okay? No more snow in the forecast, I hope. But then again, I tuned to 3 different stations, and then I went to my computer and got to the National Weather Service to ask, what's the temperature in Walton, New York at 5 o'clock in the morning? And they said 22 degrees. And I looked at my thermometer, which said 12. Right now it says 13. So we're looking at something 10 degrees wrong. I have said many times, I have no idea where they're getting that temperature from Walton, because it's almost never right. But if it's 10 degrees wrong right now, their idea of getting to 48 this afternoon probably won't mean we're going to get to 48 either. Maybe we'll get to the low 40s. That's going to melt some of this, but it certainly isn't going to get rid of it. And then we're going to get rain on top of it, and over the weekend it's going to go below freezing. Well, what does wet snow do when you go below freezing? It turns into ice, which is the last thing I want. My driveway's pretty good right now. I can't complain, okay? Most people's look good unless you're in a flat area where the sun doesn't hit. You're going to have an icy mess if you don't find some sand or something to throw on it when this rain is all done. Where's all this rain going to go? Into our brooks and into the river and whatever. So we just have to hope we don't get more than the 1/4 inch. If Mother Nature decides, hey, I'm going to give you a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch, then we're going to have to really worry about maybe low-lying areas backing up some water. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But all next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, bright sunshine in the low 40s. I'll take it, okay? After this, I hope this is the last one of these we get, because I really want spring to get here now. And I think so does everybody else. However, right now, get out your snowmobiles, use them. If you want a snowshoe, put them on and do it, because you know what? It's there. It's the first time really this winter we've actually had a real serious snowstorm. So there it is. Just be careful where you step and stay safe.
To subscribe or advertise, call 607-464-4009.